while I was in Greece. I took a lot of photos, reference photos, because I knew I was going to do some paintings. Well, I'm actually kind of stuck on which one to do next, or I was. I decided to do a lot of small paintings until I figure out that big giant masterpiece I'm aiming for. Anyway, so what did I decide? Well, this right here, which is a dog. Not just any dog, but a homeless dog that was abandoned, and sadly he wasn't doing too well. Something about abandoned pets in Greece kind of interested me. It kind of is similar to how here in the United States people would get a new puppy, they care for it, love it, and then one day they just surrender it to a animal shelter. But in Greece, most of the times, like my godmother says, sometimes they just take their pet and they drop it off in a village far away or somewhere, and the dog just roams around for the rest of its life until it dies. I have no title for it yet, but I'm thinking of some words. Hello and welcome. My name is Charlambos. I go by Bob. I'm not your typical painter, and I'm trying to do a dog painting that's not typical. I don't think many people will do a painting of a sad dog, but here I am. The thing that caught my interest on why I chose it is it's an issue, I believe. It's kind of sad. It's very sad that people just abandon their pets. Think of it from the point of view of the dog. At one point, he was being given food, shelter, and water, and the next thing you know it, bye-bye. I took a lot of photos of him. He had lumps. I don't know if it's like a cancer. I felt capturing his suffering in a painting will raise awareness, not just in Greece, but everywhere else, how people just abandon or surrender their pets, whether it's dropping them off in another village or in the mountains or in the back alley or to a shelter where you would think they would do better, but they get euthanized if they run out of time. And one of my goals for this painting is to be as realistic as possible. Not photorealism, more like realism in a sense where it's illusionistic and detailed. Everything I'm trying to capture in this photo, from little paint spots that are on the ground, little crevices throughout the whole yellow bricks that are surrounding this little intersection in Grevena. There's a lot of imperfections, and I want to try to capture as many as possible. I'm using the photo probably very closely, but in a sense, I'm not doing it defect by defect. More like capturing a lot of the defects I like and then smoothing out some other ones. Besides that, there's also some bricks that are not laid out perfectly, and I'm going to try to capture these bricks, some a little higher and others lower, and even little pebbles that are stuck in some of these little crevices. One of the things that's going to make the painting are some of the nicer details, such as the plant and the grass. I'm still debating on making this grass a little bit bigger, but I haven't decided just yet. And obviously the dog is going to be the star of this painting. Even though the background is going to get a lot of attention, the dog is going to get the most attention in the end. I kind of laid out the body of the dog, and I'm not going to lie, I struggled with this painting at the beginning to the point where I laid a grid in the end. Soon I'm going to release a time-lapse video that shows the beginning stages, and you'll notice at one point I added a grid. It wasn't not a big one, but it was one that divided the painting into 16 squares, and that helped me get the dog exactly where I wanted him. And the other interesting thing, I guess the original photo I used was not framed well in my opinion. As I was painting, I was kind of shifting things, and interestingly enough, I got certain things exactly where I wanted them in the new edited photo with a grid. Anyway, now that I got the dog in the right spot, after I'm done with the background, I'm going to go back into the dog, and I am going to paint a lot of detail that is visible in the photo. I upgraded my camera while I was in Greece, and last time I went, I actually didn't have it at the highest resolution, which kind of stunk for me for a lot of my other paintings. But this time, I was able to capture lots of little hairs in this dog and other details that is going to help me with this painting, because when I need detail, I could just zoom in the photo. Anyhow, some of the struggles I'm having right now is some of the changes of yellow that is transitioning from here to here. There's lots of variations of yellow because even these bricks that are here, they're not actually completely flat. There's little grooves and imperfections. I don't know how many times this was painted, but whoever did the paint job didn't obviously do an accurate job, and I'm trying to show it also in the painting. I feel this will add to the suffering of the dog, because the dog is obviously not in perfect shape. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't live another year. And all these rough textures and imperfections are going to add to the rest of the painting. And going back to the dog, there's details in the dog that are really going to show how sad this painting is going to be. His tear stains, and his body is not going to be pure white. It's kind of like a dirty white. The only showers he's probably gotten were from the rain. The eyes are going to have a lot of emphasis, especially since they're on the red side. It's going to kind of like lead you to look into his eyes as he's looking down. Color is going to play a very important role in this painting, besides the detail. And the two main colors are actually purple and yellow. The yellow obviously is this here. The side of the sidewalk, where there's two lanes for cars. And the purple is more subtle. It's going to be in the pavement and the bricks and the dog itself. And yellow and purple, complementary colors. And that causes contrast. Anyhow, besides the complementaries of yellow and purple working with me here, the underpainting is the other thing. You can see actually some blue here, and that's the underpainting of the canvas. If you look carefully, you can actually see that I haven't covered the canvas 100% with paint just yet. And this is the blue from the tinted canvas, which I made a video about on why I don't paint on a white canvas and how to tint a canvas, which I made a video about how to gesso a canvas and also tint it at the very end. And I explain also why. I laid out certain colors early on, such as oranges, blues, yellows, everywhere from the bricks to the dog itself. This will be more apparent in the time-lapse video that I will release soon. And from what I learned while doing a cat painting a while back, lots of different strokes to get the flow of the hair. So I'm definitely looking forward to giving this dog a very furry look. I haven't decided yet though if I'm going to make the hands a little bit bigger. As of right now, they're actually relatively accurate to the dog's body. I haven't decided yet, but as an illusionist, I might make this hand a little bit bigger so it kind of sticks out. Anyway, that's all I have for right now. I will continue work on this painting. I haven't set myself a deadline. Hopefully in 2 weeks, maybe 3 or 4. But I want this dog's suffering to be seen by the world. The dog is obviously going to die, and sadly he's not going to live a great life towards the end. But I will feel glad that I immortalized his spirit with this painting. So hopefully people will think twice about buying a puppy, loving it, and then just abandoning it when it gets old. Or worse, releasing it. Anyway, if you made it to the very end, thanks for watching. Sorry for the rant about homeless pets, but it seemed to be one of my focuses while I was in Greece in photography, which I will post on my other Instagram account, Not Your Typical Photos. Anyway, thanks for watching. Once again, my name is Charles. I go by Bob. I am not your typical painter. Thanks, and bye.